Tate Ratledge. Interesting discussion, Terry, around Tate Ratledge. And you know this, Terry. You do the very fine Lions program on Sundays with Matthew Broder.
Enjoy doing
very fine local broadcaster.
Very fine local broadcaster, Matthew Broder. The man who supports the bunt. How'd it work out for the Twins yesterday? Really great, I'm sure. But anyway, Terry, to hear Dan Campbell come out point blank this early, I guess, in camp and say Tate Ratledge, quote, looks like a starting guard in the NFL. And, Terry, we've seen this. You've talked about it before. This regime does not, as the kids would say, glaze rookies, generally. Is that fair?
They don't like them. But, yeah, for the most part, you're correct.
What does that tell you that Dan Campbell's going to come out and say he looks like a starting guard in the NFL basically week 1, week 2?
Well, from what I gather, and not just Dan Campbell talking, but for others, Tate Ratledge seems like he's special. Like he's going to do something. And my prediction is maybe not this year or next year, but he's going to be the starting center for your Detroit Lions at some point. But part of it could be trying to mask the part that your center retired and they're trying to promote somebody who's going to help the interior line, or the fact is that Tate Ratledge just might be special. And once again, a little Brad Holmes hit. When we're all screaming, you got to get a rush in the first round of the draft, and maybe Brad Holmes pulled out another gem. That's the way I look at it.
Tate Ratledge talked to the media yesterday, as a matter of fact, and had this to say.
We're going to keep on improving.
What's the experience been like playing next to Panay? What's the biggest thing?
It makes life pretty easy. A lot of the times you get help when you're not expecting it from him. So playing next to him, and then also that mentor aspect of it, I can lean on him whenever I have questions in the film room, on the field. So he's one of those guys that's always there for me, and it's easy. It's a lot of fun playing next to him.
Lions defensive front.
Man, they're strong, they're physical. They get me better every day. Like I said earlier, both of them. I know I gotta come to work every day against both of them, or it's not gonna turn out well for me.
Terry, life is pretty easy when Panay Sewell's on the other side of you.
That's true. And I said this, and the kids around here got all nuts because they can't look in the future. Tate Ratledge is going to be your starting right tackle at some point of his career.
Right tackle?
Yes.
Down the road.
Down the road, because Panay Sewell's going to move the left tackle, and Ratledge will be your right tackle.
Woodward Sports chat thread, super chat, Ryan's reaction. Looks like a starting guard. I thought we drafted him to play center.
You did. Just much like you drafted Frank Ragnow to play center. Go check where he played his rookie year.
Right. Thank you, Spenny, for cleaning that one up for me.
Got you.
Appreciate it. Shane Daniel, been a Woodward crew member for 22 months, by the way. 22 months in. Am I old enough to enjoy bourbon? That's up to your state laws, wherever you live. That is not up to us. What, Spenny?
Matt's just sent this text in the chat. I know it's off topic. It's back to the Michigan stuff, but it's from Dennis Dodd. It says, breaking, Michigan athletics find the equivalent of 0.00117% of the school's endowment. $17.9 billion.
That'll show them.
Yeah.
That'll show them. But no, Terry, I want to zone in on what you just talked about. Because Tate Ratledge and Spenny was big. There were a lot of people that were big on Tate Ratledge. Spenny was kind of first to the party. But he liked him because of the mullet to start.
The mullet and the mustache, I saw it. I was like, all right.
Let me dig a little deeper.
And he's a mountain of a man.
Yeah. And he's huge.
Right.
And you look, and he is an insane athlete. The RAS score that Brad Holmes loves. When you look at Brad Holmes draft picks, you look at their RAS score, and it's always 9. He had a 9.99 out of 10. He is a freak athlete for a man his size. And he played at Georgia for 5 years. It's not like he was playing at Tulsa. It's not like he was playing at Western Kentucky. He was playing at Georgia for 5 years. The guy is a freak. I loved him. I was really excited, and it's great to hear that he's doing well. And I said it on the heavyweights a couple times. I'm going to say it here. Shout out 5-7. Check it out. Tate Ratledge and Panay Sewell will be the best duo of offensive linemen to run behind in the National Football League next year. When you look at two guys on a single line that you would run the ball behind, there is nobody you'd rather be running behind than Panay Sewell and Tate Ratledge next year.
There you go.
Hope you're right, Brohammer.
But, Terry, the question I had, because remember Brian Branch, right? During the draft, he was one that a lot of Lions fans were locked in on to say, hey, this guy looks pretty obvious. Hey, what is it? Because Brian Branch, Tate Ratledge kind of gives me Brian Branch vibes, where as the draft was unfolding, this seems pretty obvious, right? Like, it seems pretty obvious.
It does.
How come he's the only one that sees it? If Tate Ratledge comes out to be what they say he's going to be, when you look at what Brian Branch is, when you look at Kirby Joseph, when you go down the list of later picks that Brad Holmes has done that look like they're going to be very, very good to trending to be like they're going to be very, very good, why does he see it and nobody else does?
I think other people see it, but they're seeing others who are more beneficial to their teams. Now, we're not reading all the stories about the other teams' picks at 16, 17, 18, but I know they're saying how great they are.
That's fair.
Oh, I can't believe we got this guy at pick number 18. So, Tate Ratledge is fitting in what the Lions need. So they're talking him up. They're excited about him. But they're talking up about other players in other cities. He's not the only one who's picked in the teens and the 20s that people are talking up. But this is part of the game, Neil. Let me educate you for a second.
Thank you.
In NFL, everybody's doing great. Everybody is picked up these draft picks. I didn't know that guy was going to be there, and we got him. It's a game, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to make you feel good about your ball club.
They're selling hope. They're running the religion play.
Real cream of wheat in the Woodward Sports chat. Shout out #CreamerNation. He says, because most GMs are fighting to keep their jobs and drafting offensive linemen won't do it. That's a very good point. Because you look at, he who shall not be named, Quinn Trisha, where everybody knows the pick they should have made was Herbert or Tua. Because everybody knew Stafford was coming down the end of the line. You got to draft your quarterback for the future. You got two that would be a good choice.
They drafted to save their life.
But they drafted Okudah because they needed him to be a lockdown cornerback year one. And they needed him to survive.
And if you look back, to their first draft, what'd they do? They took Frank Ragnow.
Yep, and that worked out.
And that one worked out. No, Spenny, you're exactly right. And it's funny to me because all these teams, all the good teams every single year, what did the Cowboys do when they were good? What did the Patriots do when they always took an offensive lineman?
Yep.
Always. In some form or fashion, either early, middle, late. But they were perpetually feeding that cycle. When the 49ers went to the Super Bowl under Harbaugh, when you recreated their team, when you looked and see how they were constructed, like I want to say, because I did this for a show I was doing at the time, I want to say 60% of their offensive line was drafted between rounds 3 and 6.
Yeah.
But it was like
that's what Denver did also.
Yeah, like it's you guys. I think we stumbled onto something there, man. Like teams that are drafting to save their ass do not do what's in the best interest of your team long term. But I guess why would they?
That is correct. And here's the other thing Brad Holmes can do. After Ragnow retired, he said, I am a visionary. You guys are talking about rush in. I knew we were going to have problems on the offensive line, so I drafted for that. And I got this stud here, so what do you got to say about me now? I'm a visionary.